Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Jak 3. So we have yet another mission to do. It looked like I'm 30% of the way done with the game. At least that, if that's not mistaken, that's what the save file is supposed to say. So we did have a pretty fun day today. Today's Friday, and we were planning on doing, well, basically just kind of having like a quote-unquote chill game night. We mostly did some things, I think, like yesterday, mainly. We started Jak 2, not co-op, but just, like, us playing it offline, Jak 2. And we got about halfway through it, like 40-something% of the way through it yesterday. And then we started up again today, because we're like, you know what? Let's play some more Jak. We did other things before that. You know, we've been playing a little bit of Wii Sports, a little bit of Mario Party stuff. And then, we tried doing Jak 2, and unfortunately it ended up crashing, so that sucks, but here I am. I also did, because there's a Steam sale going on, I did cave in. I bought a couple things for only like a few bucks, so of course nothing super hyper expensive, but I bought this game called Industria. It's been in my wishlist for a while. It kind of had like this sort of, sorry, I had a little skin tag there. It gave off like this vibe of like, I wouldn't really say BioShock, but close enough to where I was like, I kind of want a shooter that might fill that void, maybe even a little bit. I played it. It took me 2 hours to beat. It's okay. It's a little janky, but for the most part, it's not really even that bad. Yeah, I think it's okay for what it's worth. It starts off a little slow, but once you get it, it goes. That's funny, too, because I was thinking to myself, like, oh, man, I could record this or something, but decided not to. And then speaking of which, just kind of a little update on things. I mentioned this before, but I had this idea of like, what if I do a new series on the channel where... No, I never mentioned that, but I had like a new series idea in my head. I never talked about what it was because I just don't want anybody to know just yet. I want to keep it kind of a surprise. And now I'm thinking about taking that idea that I had before and maybe doing something differently with it. But yet another slightly surprised idea. But again, I don't... That way it doesn't affect anything, or it's something I can actually do without having too much of an effect, but it might just be one of those one-off videos that only happens maybe once or twice. So again, you know, as it is with me and everything, don't expect any ideas too much, I guess, when it comes to doing random new series concepts. Because I like to think of new ideas every once in a while, but then I never end up doing them because, well, to be fair, sometimes it's kind of annoying. And sometimes things just don't work. And when I say annoying, sometimes it can be annoying. It just depends. Like, Super Genius is great. I'd say the weakest one right now is Prolapse. Prolapse, as in, like, you know, a racing thing. If you're not familiar with my channel just yet. The only reason it's kind of, quote-unquote, annoying is because I don't really have many games I want to do with it. So, it makes it kind of... Well, there goes everything. Hang on. I'm dropping shit. I dropped my phone straight onto some cans. Don't worry, I got them bagged up. I'll throw them away later. That's just what I do. I get cans of stuff, put them in a bag, and then when it gets full, I take it out and throw it away. Yeah, nasty, but depends. Usually when I buy beer, I do this. Just to save myself trouble having to get up every time and fucking throw them away. Alright, anyway, besides that disgusting habit I have. Yeah, so... Ideas are brainstorming, you know, I'm brainstorming over here. But, at the same time, I don't know. That's the thing, is... Doesn't sound like a great idea. And besides with, This is game-related, of course. Usually when I do a series idea, it's usually game-related. It's not really a bad idea, just... I'd have to hope that things work out well, and I'd have to use OBS for it, and that's, I think, the biggest issue with it. So, yeah. Kind of annoying. Because a lot of the things I want to do are on PC, and Elgato does not do that. Oh yeah, I guess we're doing the SIG mission, finally. This one kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie. It'd be great if the door would fucking open. Alright, so the way the machine gun works, as far as I remember, It should auto-aim at people. As you can see right there, it does. It's also super tanky. But that doesn't mean that we can just survive every single hit possible. It just means that, well, we got a little bit more health than we normally do. And as for this little cave thing, it might take us a bit to get there. But that's alright. God damn. Yeah, try to avoid the marauders as best you can. Also, the gun does shoot at cacti. Which is fucking annoying, but what can you do about that, right? God damn, come on, bro. Let me just go. Holy shit. Also, I was kind of right about you guys actually kind of liking Infamous right now. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to see that. I was actually genuinely surprised that people even cared more than normal. Because I kind of figured that maybe Infamous 2 might not be the best pick for something that, you know, when it comes to watching a video, it might not be that interesting because I'm too busy doing side quests and too busy doing this, that, and the other. Speaking of side quest stuff, so I thought that, talk about Tenma from, you know, Face Connect. I remember a long time ago I was watching her play Star Wars, and, well, I remember the frog incident, and I thought that the frog incident was something that came from the first game, Fallen Order. Well, it turns out that I was wrong. It was actually Jedi Survivor of all things, and I'm like, what the fuck? Wait, hold on. Jedi Survivor? Like, that's the sequel game. I don't remember that game much, but, oh yeah, we can't hop out of the car just yet. We're stuck. Yeah, it just kind of surprised me, because I could have sworn that Jedi Survivor came out way, way after the first game. But surprisingly not, I guess. I must have not been paying too much attention to it. Granted, I did play it for like an hour, and then I was just like, I'm done. I can't take it. It was at the time when I was really, really upset about the way gaming was going. Which, thankfully, this year, it's starting to seem like things are starting to pick up a little bit. Judging by all the different announcements we got already, it's like, wow, we're finally hitting a year where things actually exist now. It's really cool to see that. I'm really glad and thankful we can finally get something for goddamn once. It might not be everything I've ever wanted. You know, it's not the near absolute perfect year ever, but damn, I gotta say though, in comparison to the last few years, there seems to be a lot more stuff happening than one would ever expect it to be. This area, I don't know if it's this beginning area or not, but there's one that does suck, where you're gonna have to take like a bridge to kind of get across, and this might be it, because looks like that might be the case. I don't know. Well, that just bridges over here. That doesn't do anything. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to get some elevation in some spots, and that's gonna suck. I'm not looking forward to that. I guess that's our way across. Cool. Yeah, imagine trying to come back into this cave and collecting the precursor orbs. Just sounds like a chore. If we're lucky, the precursor orbs are only just in the beginning of the cave. That would be nice, but I don't know. I think that mud might kill you. So it's something to kind of watch out for. Oh yeah, kind of off topic, but while playing through Jak 2, it was quite a lot of fun, again, because like Jak 2 is usually pretty fun, I would say. I can have my fun with it. I can have my fun with Jak 1. I can have my fun with Jak in general, you know? I like my Jaks. Actually, I think the water doesn't kill you. Yeah, I'm just dumb. Okay. So yeah, it looks like this might be the bridge I might have been thinking of, where once you cross it, it's going to start falling down. Unless I'm thinking of like the escape route one. Maybe. This one's a bit janky, because again, you start crossing it, and I guess if you're not fast enough, it will just knock you down. That sucks. But luckily the geometry just disappears, so good. And hopefully there's no more of these damn things. Now I just gotta get out of here. And thankfully, the machine gun can shoot upwards and not fuck things up. Okay, this was a bad idea. I'm just wasting time doing this. Like a dipshit. That's okay. Sometimes it happens. I'm sure the game devs probably thought that through and were like, yeah, they need more than enough time to get out of here for that one. Or that can just happen. Get completely blocked off. But I feel like most likely we have just enough time to escape the cave. I mean, one can at least hope that's the case. Now I'm at half health. This sucks. I wish you could use Light Jack to heal your car. Or at least maybe even Dark Jack or something. I don't know. Even just having a healing pod system somewhere. Anything of the sort would be nice. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking of when it comes to a bridge. I mean, the closest thing I can think of is probably just the fact that that bridge collapsed. That's the only thing I can see that would have any effect on anything at all. Alright, so the rest of this should be easy. I mean, we're basically just kind of out now. Sort of. Of course, you got to figure out... Yeah, you got to go straight to the middle here. And then take this little ramp up. And then you should be fine. And the rest is pretty easy. You just go back to the Coliseum or whatever. Or the city, I think, and we're pretty much good to go. Hopefully this thing does not have a cave-in, because how would I get those precursor orbs if it did? There's quite a few precursor orbs. It looks like the only ones I've seen were just in here, inside the entrance. So I'm hoping that there's not any inside, like deep inside. But there could be. Okay, now we can hop out. Alright, cool. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We had the chance. Let's do it. Let's get these precursor orbs. As I guess... Oh, okay. Am I able to hop out again? By any chance? No, I'm stuck. Alright. I guess we gotta come later with something, or at the very least I have to go in by myself without using car? I don't know. I could try it out and see what happens, but I feel, you know what's gonna happen, I guarantee it. If I go too far away from the car, I guarantee they're gonna make me fail the mission. And that won't be very cool of them to do that. But I wouldn't put it past them to do that either. God damn, hold on. I spit right on my TV. It's all the way over there. Good God, my spit game must be pretty strong. I would probably be very cool at gay clubs, if that's the case. I wonder what's in here, just out of curiosity. Probably... Nah, it's probably noxious gas. The same thing, probably, I would assume. Holy fucking hell, let's go. Let's put on a show. Go away, asswipe. Yeah, and for some reason now, it won't... Okay, yeah, I forgot you can do that. You can aim backwards. Sweet. I was gonna say, for now it's like he doesn't want to attack even to the side of him. But that's not the case. It's just he was probably too far behind me for that to even work. Real easy just to kill these bastards. You know, to be honest, it's a good car. It's very sluggish and slow, and but man, does it pack a punch though, which is nice to have. All right, and we're done. We're out. We're out living, boys. Oh, great, of course. I'm guessing there's something else to do in the desert that I haven't done yet. Well, you mind telling me? All right. Pick your poison, but I like the sand shark enough, even though it's a little weird. Ugh. I don't know why it turns like that. I feel like it makes sense why people might not like Jack X. How far is this? A decent way. A couple mountains away. It's not super far, but I feel like it's going to be a pain in the ass to get back. Just screams it's going to be a pain in the ass. I don't know why. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? Is Jack wearing a lumberjack outfit or something? It almost looked like he was there for a second. I think that's just the interior of the car. Maybe. I don't know what the fuck I saw. Ah, I'm going the wrong way. I'm being dumb. I'm being silly. I'm being silly. Oh, I forgot you can do this. You can go into first person. That's pretty cool. I don't remember if you can do that in Jack X or not. I mean, a lot of racing games let you do that anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised. Holy fucking hell. Ugh. Is there a way I could just flip this damn thing? You know. Well, I can jump. Something I kind of forgot I could do for a bit. Yeah. Learned helplessness, folks. That's what I have. Holy hell. I probably should have turn the air on, because every time I record, it gets super fucking hot in here. God damn, but I have the air on, like, all the time, and then I forget. I'm like, oh, shit. And then whenever my brother's over, and he stays over, it's like, I gotta make sure the air's on, because, living room gets really fucking hot. Real fast. Alright, what do you want, Ashlyn? Yeah, I figured. Marauder time! But this time, you get to actually destroy the cars, which you can actually do normally. You know what? Fuck it. That might work. Kind of. I killed 2 people. That was pretty neat, I guess. Do the cars even matter at all, or are they just dropping people off? Because I can't really tell. Oh yeah, you know what I forgot I actually ended up having? Well, I kind of forgot this game even had it to begin with, was, you know, the beam reflexor being a thing. Because it is a pretty damn good gun, and I do have the wave concussor. Might not be the easiest thing to use, though, for a fight like this. I feel like it might not be. This is actually one of the few times I would say that, hey, the jumping, you know, quote-unquote noob technique is relatively effective here. So if you do want to use it, you always can. Can we do the up square move? Yes, we sure can. Fuck yeah, they kept that. That's dope. I don't know why I figured they didn't, but I'm glad they did, because that's a cool thing to have. Yeah, just even slightly touching them will be enough to hurt you. Poof. Gotta love this game, man. You gotta love this game. It's so good. So damn cool. And I'm kind of miffed at myself for being such a dumbass back then that I didn't really appreciate games very well. Especially a game like this. Okay, I mean, we're kind of done. I've killed everybody. What do you want? What more do you want, game? I've done everything you can ask for. There's still people coming. What do you... Fucking hell, man. There. Are we done? Can I leave? Yes. Okay, cool. Finally. Holy shit. Alright, where are we at in terms of... Oh, I got this jetboard now. For some reason, I thought I had it earlier. I don't know why, but... Cool. I like how they don't even explain how to use it. Yeah, you've played the second game. You know how to play. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I didn't play the second game. Maybe I saw Jak 3 at my local Walmart and I thought, damn, that's a cool fucking cover. I've never heard of this Jak series before, but it might not be a bad idea to start with the third game. Now, technically speaking, there are games out there that, you know, you really should start with the first one. I don't think everything does that, but there's... I mean, okay, to be fair, no game really, technically, I guess, fully requires you to start with the first thing. Same thing with anime, but there are a lot of stuff out there that I would just still highly recommend. Like, Ratchet and Jak, not really. I think you can get away with playing Jak 3, you can get away with playing Jak 2, you know, whichever one. You can play Daxter, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Ratchet, same thing. Sly, same thing. But I guess it really just kind of depends. Like, RPGs are kind of a big one for me, where a lot of the time I feel like it's safer just to play the first one, and that depends on the game in question, or the series in question. Like, Final Fantasy, for example, is an easy one to kind of just be like, I could probably get away with playing any of them. Like, I can just go play 15 and go from there. Kingdom Hearts is also kind of a weird case, where it's a lot easier to end up actually playing a lot of the games outside of the order because of how the games just happen to be in terms of, you know, existing, I guess. Like, one's on the GBA, one's on the DS, 2 of them on the DS, actually. So, unless you were growing up and you knew exactly which games to get at the time, I guess that would be a hard thing to figure out, I would assume. I didn't get into Kingdom Hearts until much later, to be fair. My cousin played it, and he tried showing me them, and I thought they were kind of dumb and cringe. You know how it is with kids. They see Disney, or teens mainly, it's like they see Disney stuff, and they're like, oh, it's really lame. Even though I can still technically watch Disney movies, but... Not that I do, I'm just saying, like, I technically could. Well, I guess technically I do watch Disney movies, if you count Marvel. as that. Although I don't really watch a lot in Star Wars, as they're now considered Disney stuff. So, oof. I guess I'm a true Disney adult. I guess. Got my Mickey Mouse hat on and my diaper on and everything, and I'm good to go. Looks like we might be getting a new Dark Jack power up, or actually most likely a light dark or what? A light Jack power up, because I feel like this is usually the one where you end up getting light stuff from. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Well, then again, we got invisibility while we're in there too, right? So now that I think about it, I wonder if that's the case with it. It's like you go in there, you learn a new Dark Jack power up to unlock a new Light Jack power up. I never put 2 and 2 together, and I'm the same guy that didn't realize that the 4 different colors meant eco, or at least I never really thought about it that hard, or probably even at all, really. Yeah, this game likes to make you bounce. I feel like that's just more so a skill issue than anything else. Because I would argue up and down about these games being relatively good. I don't like how Jack does that to you, but I guess it makes sense. It's just Jack geometry's always been kind of weird anyway. So it's no real surprise that something like that would happen. But just the random, all of a sudden, you're holding up, and then the random, well, now you're going to turn now, shit. That annoys me, but it's something you eventually get used to, and then you kind of deal with it, and you say, like, yeah, it's still a cool game, so who cares? Alrighty, we're here. We've made it. Once again. Let's see what cool stuff awaits us. And now we got the jet board, so we can do jet board things. Wait, is Jak 3 the one with the sound? No, I think that's 2 that does it. You have to listen to the sound thing or whatever. Okay, the question is, where the fuck am I going? Like, we've been here, This is unlocked already. And it unlocks again. I don't know. I don't think we need to go... I don't know. Because where did we come from? Did we teleport into this? Or do I have to teleport somewhere? It looks like the teleporter's off. I mean, this... kind of looks... not really new, but... I don't know. I guess that's broken. What the fuck? Hold on. You see that? Yeah. I saw a crack in the thing there. What's up here? Well, that's right, that's nothing. That's also nothing. So I'm guessing the only way we can go is just gonna have to be this way, because everything else is locked off, so... I don't know. We got new enemies to fight, so yeah, most likely... I mean, this would make sense to go this way, because this is where the precursor thing is at, I guess, so... that would make sense if that's the case. Oh, for fuck's sake, go away! God damn, how long does it take to kill you bastards? You see this shit? Wow. I'm dying once again. But thankfully, there's a health system that I can use to my aid. Something Jak 2 really absolutely needed a lot of was more health options, because holy hell. Well, then again, that's just how the game is. It wouldn't be hard if it wasn't for that. Nah, it would still be hard. Or, I should say, challenging. I feel like calling it hard just kind of mitigates a lot of that. Makes it sound like it's a bad game because it's even remotely difficult, when that's not really the case. It's got a fair amount of challenge, and I think that's fine to say that. Ah, fuck it. It'd be probably easier and safer if I just used Reflexor for this. I'm trying not to use too much of, like, the one same gun all the time, just to make this a little bit more interesting to watch. As I'm sure people want to see other gun, but it's kind of hard to do so when I have to fight flying wasps. That's a lot of metalheads. I kind of do miss the Jak 2 upgrade for the Dark Jak thing. Although, to be fair, I don't remember that's actually still here or not. This was not timed, was it? I hope it's not timed. I don't think so. But I guess we'll find out. And just completely miss. You know, I'm gonna go this way first. Yeah. Alright, this is where they're gonna... Makes sense for them to teach you this here. Ah, what the fuck? Okay, to be fair, is there any reason... No, it's... it's a big giant nothing burger, of course. I should have known. Should have known. Okay, yeah, they're now giving tutorial stuff. I mean, obviously, I meant to say that, but... Either way, here we go. Ah, fuck it. Sometimes it's easier just to hop off the board. If it comes down to that. Cha-ching. Okay. Now we get the grind rails. For those that are not familiar with Jak 2 hoverboard, when you're grinding on a rail, you kind of want to... I don't know if it's something to do with the camera or if it's just the way I hold the stick, but you kind of want to keep yourself straight onto it as much as possible. Like, it doesn't seem like you would have to, but I feel like you kind of do in a way. Like, try not to move the camera too much to the side. Try to keep it in front as best as you can. Because I always feel like if I don't do that, I end up fucking up somehow. It's weird. Alright, that's done. Cool. That was easy. Oh, God. Sorry, I hit my knee on the door frame earlier. Like, I feel like my body just naturally wants to hit things. That sucks. Like, I'm too tall, so I hit my head on the ceiling, or I'm too fucking wide and I walk too wide or something. I hit my damn knee on the door and it hurt. And someone's gonna say, oh, it still hurts even though it's been hours? You must be old as fuck. Actually, yeah. That's probably why. Alright, I'm gonna heal, because I need it bad. And I can get my shit back. Hopefully this thing stops. Yes, okay, good. Alright, new light Jak new light Jak power-up. We got the flash freeze. Actually, before we do that, I know I'm being stupid here, but I kind of want things. Ooh. That's sick. That's a cool way to actually collect metalhead things, actually. Yeah, I like having my precursor orbs. I think if you hit L2, you can stop it, so. Also, something I kind of want to talk about a little bit is I like Jak's new hair in this game. Him having that really weird, like, unkempt long hair does make sense for the game it was in, but I do actually like his more cut hair, I guess. A little bit. It kind of reminds me of the first game. And I also just genuinely like his outfit more, especially with the armor. I think it looks really cool on him. But Jak looks cool in general, so yeah, there's that. Doesn't matter what you do to him, he looks cool as hell. Although, to be fair, Lost Frontier version, I don't hate that game, but I don't know if I really like that version of him very much. Design-wise. He looks very 1970s high school jock boy. Whoa, that was a gap. Alright. I thought that was like one of those fake-out small door things again. And time to flash freeze and hop on to the God of War ass-looking Hades spinning blades of death and destruction. And then we get to do it all over again. What the hell? That was weird. Yeah, I just heard like a random noise on my window. It sounded like it was ice melting. So it's very possible we might have left a drink over there and forgot about it. Wouldn't put it past us. I thought I threw them all away, but I guess I probably didn't. I hope that's the case. Or it just, like, the blinds also kind of sound like they moved. I don't know what that was. That was scary. Like somebody was looking out the blinds. Now I'm curious, because now I gotta see if there's actually something over there. Fuck. I don't know if it matters or not if you have to do this, because it looks like it doesn't fucking help. Well, I made it. That's something, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna... Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stand up real quick and just take a look, peek. Yeah, it's weird. It's like nothing over there. I don't know. Oh, God, this part. I don't see any drinks either. Huh. Oh, fuck. Gotta be careful when I sit down. Are there any precursor orbs in here at all? I don't think so. I hope not. This part, I remember... Oh, I remember this part. This is actually one of the few things... Well, I mean, I remember quite a few things about Jak 3, yeah, but... This is definitely one of them. And you want to watch me struggle? Well, I got you covered, because I'm about to do that. I want to say that your speed-ups... Oh, yeah, you can shoot. Fucking hell. I forget how this works. Are you supposed to consistently speed up, or was it just... Those are pits. Okay, gotcha. Something to watch out for. You do have to tap the shoot button, though. As annoying as that might be, but it's fine. Very Ratchet-looking design for this, I feel. Yeah, I think these just... Okay. Was there actually a speed-up, and I just didn't know that there was a speed-up move? The game didn't tell me that there would have been. I don't think it matters. Maybe you have to be on a certain angle to make that jump, I guess. I don't know. This one usually gives me gripe. It's not impossible to do, it's a little annoying to do. Yeah, I think you just need to be on a certain angle there. And you start going fucking fast. It's terrifying. Oof. Imagine, I know this is going to sound stupid, but imagine if Jak had skill points. Well, technically speaking, Jak would have achievements. Which would be, I guess... That's it? That was way easier than I remember it being. Holy shit. And we get 2... God damn. Oh yeah, while you're in Jak, you can hold circle to do that, so... That is... I don't know what you guys think about it, personally. But for me, that's one of my least used abilities, especially for light Jak stuff. My most used would obviously be the healing. And then for Dark Jak, I mean, turning into Dark Jak is enough to be quantified as a... Sorry, qualified as a move, I guess. Oh, yes, this place. God damn, there's a lot of cutscenes. But that's kind of what happens. You got a game that's... You know, about the story, and then you skip that stuff, and obviously you're going to have some weird things that show up, like, oh, I used Scattergun, then out of nowhere, I get Scattergun. Or, I mean, I get Blaster. One cutscene right after. But yeah, I was going to say, like, Dark Jak, Dark Bomb's my favorite, by far. Absolutely love me some Dark, or, I mean, some of that. And once again, guess what we're going to have to use here? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Technically Blaster as a whole, but Beam Reflexor is going to be a very good friend to you. Like a very good friend. I kind of want to make I almost kind of want to make a tier list of not just, you know, Jak weapons, but maybe Ratchet weapons as well. Now comparing them, well, that's the thing though, is like I can kind of compare some of the weapons from Ratchet just a little bit. Although I guess, in all fairness to it, like, Jak 1 did not have guns, so you wouldn't be able to compare Ratchet guns to that. But you could probably consider Ratchet 1 and Jak 2 along the same lines of gun-isms. Kind of. But, like, technically speaking, Ratchet 1's guns are pretty basic in comparison to a lot of others. So... Well, actually, Jak 3 is the one that has, like, the crazy weapons, to be fair. So if anything, maybe comparing it to possibly 3? Because that's where they finally got, in my opinion, where they really understood what the weapons archetypes and all that stuff should be, I guess? Question mark? Again, it's a hard comparison. It's not even a fair one either, but I mean, Jak, like, there's a lot of really cool stuff. And basing on the idea of rule of cool rather than just utility. Because to be quite fair with you, I don't use the gyro very often. Although I do think it's pretty badass, but I don't use it. Grenade launcher, same thing. I don't use it, but it's pretty damn badass. Yeah, basing it off pure utility would be kind of dumb, I feel. Especially even for Ratchet, because, like, Ratchet weapons are usually just like, I just want to use it because... Like, yeah, there's good weapons, of course, but typically it's like, I just want to use it so I can level it up. Jack, I feel like... Okay, hear me out. This is going to be a really bad take, I'm sure, but hear me out, hear me out. I personally think that Ratchet is built around... Or the guns... Sorry, hold on, let me back up and try to get my thoughts straight. I feel like Ratchet weapons are built kind of first, and then Ratchet is built. So, like, the guns are built around... hold on. Let me talk about Jack, actually. I think Jack guns are built around Jack. Like, level design-wise and everything. Like, these guns are primarily made to fit really well with how Jack is, so to speak. Especially with Jack 2. Like in Jack 2, you know, while you progress through the story, you start progressing and getting new guns to play with, which is very fun. And then, like, the way that the system of guns even works to begin with is also really cool. You have a lot of different things that each gun works really well against. You know, scattergun really against close quarters, obviously, but really good against just... Oh, I was supposed to shoot that, my bad. Something like this, you know, you find a metalhead, you get like a good punch on them, and then they're dead, right? And like Blaster is good for situations like this, where there's something maybe a little further away that you can't hit, so you're going to use a ranged weapon. And Vulcan is good for taking out, like, groups of enemies that might be too aggressive, I guess. And you need something that can stun for a bit to give yourself some breathing room. And then the Peacemaker just exists because, well, why not? You know, why not have, like, big, strong Hulking gun that hurts? Just because. You know, have your own version of a Rhino, I guess. Your own really big, I can't wait to get that gun. For me, though, I get kind of disappointed with the Peacemaker, because I don't really like the Peacemaker, to be fair. I don't know. I just don't think it's very useful. Especially having, like, 10 shots, and that's all you really get with it. It sucks. It sucks having 10 shots. But then I don't feel like it's powerful enough to make up for that, but maybe I just don't know any better. You know, maybe. Maybe I just don't know the actual usefulness of it. And I feel like with Jack 3, like, a lot of these guns aren't super utility-based either. It just feels like they threw them in because, well, why not? It's cool, you know? And I'm fine with that. It's cool. These are cool things. Fuck. These are cool guns to have. And I like that. Oh, I didn't realize what was going on. But yeah, right here, for example, like, this would be a good point for Wave Concussor. I mean, look at that. Ain't that sick? And then I can go back to Blaster because I have flying enemies. So every once in a while, you'll have a spot where it does make sense to use said object, or, well, you know, said gun. Oh yeah, you're supposed to make him run. I forgot about that. But I feel like Jack 2 is more prominent with that. Like, yeah, each of the 4 guns has its use to some extent. Peacemaker is just a big, powerful gun that hurts if you want something big and strong. And you get it last... and much, much later, too, so... Now, to be fair to Ratchet, there are instances of Ratchet where I do kind of feel like they sort of do kind of expect you to use something specific sometimes. Although not as much, especially in Ratchet 1, but I feel like later on, you know, Ratchet eventually... is like, yeah, use a blaster to kind of just hit a thing, and use a bomb to kind of blow up a door, or find a secret, or whatever. Ratchet 1 kind of does that too, I guess, but you get my point. There are utility with those guns, but I feel like Ratchet's more about, like, guns for guns. Whereas I think, like, with Jack, you know, especially Jack 3 here, kind of gives off that vibe of... Yeah, I figured. Kind of gives up. Oh my god, come on. Really now? Like Jak 2, the guns existed to be level design, and then for this, it's like, yeah, have fun. You know, and that's cool. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Why wouldn't I be? You know, that's sick. Like, I praise these games to death. Because of that, I just really enjoy the hell out of them. I do like how this thing turns on, though. Like, it lights up. Yeah, I feel like the reason why these guns work so well, or why these things worked really well back then, was because, in my opinion, Naughty Dog was always pretty good at designing a game around mechanics. Like Crash 2, for example. Crash 3 a little less so, only because Crash 3 just... Like, they introduced upgrades, but Crash 3, to me, it just feels more like it's Crash 2, but with upgrades. I mean, technically, that's technically Jak 3 as well, when you think about it. With what I'm saying, it basically just ends up being the same thing. Just more stuff, which is cool. But, like, with Crash 2, you ended up getting that whole new moveset with slide. And I wanted to say spin for some dumbass reason. But, like, the slide mechanic, like, those levels just felt like they worked really well with it. Now, technically, I think there's, like, quite a few of them you could get away with not using the slide. There's a lot of times where it's like, you don't really need the slide for a lot of this. But, boy, howdy, is it just cool to even have. And, like, the levels do work pretty well with it. It's a very fun speed game in that regard. But I guess it's a little different than Jak, because I feel like Jak, once again, the guns work with the levels no matter what. Whereas the slide in Crash 2, I guess, is awesome and works wonders for, like, you know, speed up and just having a good platforming time, and maybe even just making your platforming a little easier on you. But maybe the levels weren't necessarily designed around the slide, like I'm trying to think that they were. More so that the slide exists, and it's a very good thing to have. Sorry, that 41 was pissing me off on my ammo count there. Do I have to bring an enemy up with me? Damn, that thing can actually launch it. I did not know that. I've been seeing it happen this whole time, I know, but it's one of those things I didn't really expect, I guess. There. I just want to collect Dark Eco again, because it's bugging the hell out of me if I don't see it. Or if I keep seeing it. Oh, it would have been cool to get up there, but unfortunately not. And this is where our door is. And we have to unlock... Well, we need a bridge to it. Alright, come here. I think you can kill these little critters. I think. They can definitely kill you, though. Bastard's stuck. I think uppercut does kind of work. Oh, for fuck's sake. Maybe you have to get them to chase you. Well, no, because they're not doing that. Well, maybe. For fuck's sake, come here. No, god damn it. Like, I think if you wait to kick them / punch, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe if you wait too long, they eventually will die. If you kick them again. That might be the case. I don't know. Yeah, man, we only had one chance to do one damn mission, basically. One full platforming mission in one video. Well, then again, I think we have a boss fight coming up, too. Or not. Well, more health now. Alrighty. Oh. It's this. Alright. Looks like this might be a good time to kind of call it a video, though. It sucks we're leaving it off here, but... Look at that thing just clipping into the floor there. I think that was supposed to happen. Oh, for fuck's sake. We don't have a choice now. Yep, looks like we're gonna have to do this right now. As I forgot that's what this was for. Go away, please. Got about 9 more seconds before I fuck this up. You can shoot it from here, thank goodness. Is that it? What? Where? I certainly didn't see shit. I don't think these things go back up, do they? I hope not. Is this some Bikini Bottom type crap? With the bowling thing and the mermaid lair? That's probably why. It's probably that. I'm gaining myself time, but I didn't realize that one of the platforms was just down. Annoyingly enough. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sometimes that's the best way to do things, guys. Sometimes it is the most effective. Nothing wrong with it. Yes, it may be a noob strategy, but hey, it's good for a reason. I kind of like this mission a little bit because it gives you time, or like you increase time as you go through. Something, once again, I think Naughty Dog likes to use a lot is like time stuff. Jack does quite a bit of it too. Those guys just appeared out of nowhere. Okay, I was gonna say, is there any possible things I need to shoot? Okay. Thank goodness for the camera turning and showing where to go, because sometimes it's kind of hard to find that out until it's too late. I just wish that they would give me a warning. Like, my seconds would be a lot shorter. Or I wouldn't gain extra seconds just for each one I hit, but rather which one I hit correctly, I guess. But that'd probably be too much work. Or something kind of pointless, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I'm a non-game dev type guy that's giving advice to game devs that are seasoned and also have done more than I ever probably will. Or ever have, that's for sure. I've only done like a little bit, and it's not very much. It's not very much of anything, to be fair. Alright, cool. I guess that's done. Now I got these assholes. Oh, that's why they appeared out of nowhere, because they... Well, yeah, they're little chameleon bastards. I don't know if now would be a good time to stop the video or not, because we're getting attacked still. So let's just try to continue on and get to a point where we can actually finish this off. Getting real sick of getting attacked constantly here. Oh, who am I kidding? I love it. I think this is where we're going. Yep, it's time. Okay, yeah, that's what you do. Oh, I guess we're going down. I thought I had to attach the minecart. I've always not been a fan of missions like that where... Well, not the one we just did, but missions where you have this... Ah, fucking hell, I guess we'll finish them off next time. But missions that require you to put a train onto a track and then continually do that, I find that sometimes annoying. That's just me, though. It's one thing I don't like in certain games. One puzzle I don't like. Anyway, that'll be it for this. We'll take on the boss next time. And, of course, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you then. So, as always, take care, everybody.